Let's not try to jump to conclusions. What's wrong with him? The joy of being a parent, probably. I like how, every single time Ava has something to say, it ends with Neil saying something, and then ... what the let's see here. What do we got here? Oh, that's a little fast. Oh yeah, look at my glowy face. Oh yeah. I'm gonna mute it a little bit though. I wanted the tree in the background, that's why I moved the camera. There's not much focal light on me, but I'm not too worried about that. You've seen my mug before. So let's see here. Shovel. It is not the shovel. Maybe it's the tires, actually. I was gonna say, I guess that makes sense, since that was the focal point of the event. Alright, so we need to match up tires this time. Look at that. That right there, guys, that is a nice tire. Yes, it is. So there was actually more than one foreshadowing that happened relating to this. There's the badger. Badgers are freaking scary. Wow, that's all it did. That badger's a jerk. Bonk. Oh. Hey, what the? It's Faye. Been waiting for me, huh? What took you so long? Sheesh, I made it, didn't I? I got a life, you know. Wow, she's agile. Whoa, where'd you learn to do that? It's called talent. Come on, weren't you gonna show me your school? Yeah, the classrooms should be cleared by now. Are you gonna stay for band practice as well? Yeah, lead the way. Aw, don't they remind you of us when we were young? Not one bit. I didn't even know they knew each other when they were young. That's actually bit of information. But there was more than one hint at the one. There was two of the disappearing person in the past, and there was the offhand comment about being more of a face person that in this context actually becomes a bit of a hint that he might have some issues recognizing faces of people he cares for, if this does indeed take the route of Alzheimer's, which the first game dealt with Asperger's, so Alzheimer's would be a reasonably expected thing for a patient to have that would be a challenge and therefore be a focal experience for them, because this series seems to be willing to yes it does seems to be willing to delve into some of the more serious things that can happen in life and the tragedies of mental issues. Small world. But then again, I guess many of the geezers grew up in the same area. See, there was again, ... Yeah, because... This is where we have our art class. Neat. Are any of these drawings yours? That one. Oh, no. Mine got thrown out. These are the good ones. So you just friggin' toss your art? Dude, this school sucks. You gotta wonder, are these how they really looked, or is this just his way of remembering? Either way, craftsmanship is brilliant. At least they aren't drawing barrels. What? But yeah, going back to, again, if this is focused on Alzheimer's, which they've now said it outright, which means there's a possibility that that's what they're trying to address here, and the lack of facial recognition and the dementia that goes with the brain breaking down its ability to process facial recognition. If you look at all the paintings here are more childishly drawn, and he's clearly at an age where he'd be old enough to be in a class that would have people who are starting to show talents in this type of work. So I could see this as being hints right here that something's not kosher when it comes to his facial processing and facial recognition, perhaps. Or I could be just way over-reading into it, which is possible. Definitely not a non-reality, but I've definitely read too much into things in the past. Is the cafeteria locked? No, I just don't like going in there. There are plenty of other nicer, quieter places to eat at. Fair. That is fair. In high school, I ate outside on the benches a lot. And I sit right over here. Although, I'm probably gonna move soon. How come? Well, I sat with this odd girl because we're both really quiet, but well, she's been hanging out with someone a lot. So they'll want us together, of course. They're bumping you off? Let me beat them up for you. Oh, it's nothing like that. They just look happy together, so I should get them to sit at the same table, right? Huh. What's this way? Oh, no, I need one more before I can go in there. So you go down here first. One of my friends who I like... Oh, no, it's gonna go into the thing. The one class everybody slacks off at, and you actually work? I like these classes. If you really try hard, you can create entire worlds in them. How cool is that? Oh, wrong voice again. Well, that does sound like your thing. A guy who I really like to watch, who used to, and yours, hey, you never know, you could be in a world I created right now, har. He used to have a YouTube channel, Pace42, he used to be on there quite a bit, but life happened, and now he has to do the being a grown-up thing. He is not a fan of this series, and I can see a valid complaint in his thing is that the story is very linear. But in the vein of visual novels, sometimes that is okay. Visual novels are probably the lowest tier of, like, what constitutes a game, and that you are making the actions and you are carrying them out instead of just watching a film before you or whatever. but there is no like deviating from the path, and there is no, alternate options, and there's no bonuses and secrets in a sense. So I can see how someone might criticize that. I can see why he comes to his conclusion saying that it's boring. He and I do disagree though on the writing. He thinks pretty negatively on the writing, and I absolutely adore the story writing in the series. I'm deviating a little bit here just because when I was right there, that was a really good demonstration of why the gameplay criticism could come into play. You have to go to the 3 rooms, the only 3 rooms that are open, to get the 3 things, and then go into the other room to get the last thing. I can see why someone might criticize that. It doesn't bother me, but I could see someone criticizing that, and it came to mind as something I would know people who would say something about it. Come on, don't kneel. Just like pick him up and throw him in the net. We had these in school. The rolling cart full of basketballs. Playing scales on orchestral level now, huh? She taught him well. Oh, she fell asleep. They bored her to sleep. And that's kind of rude. I can almost hear her snores through the strings. I can almost see her snores. No, you can, because the sprite has Z's on it. Funny. Haha. Look at that white balance. Look at how I have the weird discolorations on the extremes of the color. Alright, so we're back to the clock. See, now I get what's going on here. I understand how it works. It is 3 o'clock and like 20 seconds, 25 seconds past. You know, if Faye was so important that he recalls so much about her even now, what happened to her? We haven't seen any traces later on. I mean, you have. I have a few guesses. Heck, nabbit. He's worried. He must be, yeah, this is when Asher's born. Alan Pie. Mine. Babbies. Sinks. Oh, who are you? Wrong room, sorry. I don't think they just, like, let you barge into a child birthing room like that. Sorry, Fia. The storm grounded my plane back all day, and I just... You made it. Is that... honey, you're vibrating the baby. Okay, that's a silly line. I'm just gonna say that's a silly line. You're vibrating.